Hi and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing Dark Season 1. This is episode 5 called Wahrheiten, or in English, Truths. And truth is something we would very much like more of in this show, please. And thank you, because wow, there's so much going on and so many plot lines and character motivations and time travel on top of that. So our brains are just totally scrambled by all of this stuff, but still very much intrigued by everything that's going on. And now we just want answers and truths. And I know we're probably not going to get that, but like for a while, there's definitely going to be some more crazy shit going on. But yeah, are you ready to jump into this one? Yep. Let's do it.
Whoa. A lot of unanswered calls.
Yeah. Nobody wants to talk to anyone. But okay, so this seems like in this episode maybe we're going to be jumping a bit back and forth between the 80s and the present. But I do like when they do that thing where they show us. I know it's very in your face, but it's like this is young version, this is older. Like just so you're on track, because there is a lot to keep.
It was really nice in the previous.
The
episode 3.
Yeah. It was that one. The end of that one.
Seit heute früh als verschwunden.
No.
Die Polizei hat bisher noch keine...
Ist heute früh alleine von zu Hause zur Schule und auf dem Weg dorthin ist verschwunden. Wenn du irgendetwas weißt, dann musst du mir das jetzt sagen. Ich werde jemanden vorbeischicken und du wirst ihm genau erklären, wie dieser Noah aussieht. Okay? Jedes kleine Detail ist wichtig.
Was soll das? So redet man nicht mit seiner 8-jährigen Tochter.
Wo warst du in der Nacht, als Mikkel verschwunden ist?
In der Praxis, bis du mich angerufen hast. 23 Uhr.
Sure.
Yeah, no.
Dass du nicht in der Praxis warst.
Du spinnst.
But she has proof. Just at least that you weren't at the office.
Deine Eltern, ja, die machen sich bestimmt Sorgen.
You have no idea.
They are fucking losing their minds.
Das ist bei mir sicher. Versprochen.
Oh, was that Eric's phone? Yeah. Oh yeah, he's still got all the stuff.
Hallo?
Hallo Bartosz, mein Name ist Noah.
Woher kennen Sie meinen Namen?
Kannst du mich vielleicht mitnehmen? Ich bin mit dem Fahrrad da. Es regnet so. Ich kann Ulrich dich mitnehmen.
What if you don't wanna?
Hanna? Danke für das Essen. Gerne.
She knows. And he probably knows she knows.
Könnten Sie das für mich zustellen? Ist das wichtig?
Ja, natürlich.
Jonas.
Ich habe den Kontakt von Eriks Dealer. Und ich treffe ihn heute Abend. Was? Ey, pass auf. Schieß. Dreieck. Nein.
What the hell are they playing?
Und ich will, dass du dabei bist. Kann ich auf dich zählen?
To do a fucking truck deal? Nah, bro.
Ich bin Noah,
Yeah.
Pfarrer der St. Christophorus gemeint.
I was just about to say, he looks like a bad guy.
Glaubst du an Gott?
ist durch den Urknall entstanden. Der Rest ist Evolution.
Vielleicht ist der Urknall nichts anderes als der Schöpfungsakt Gottes.
Mein Vater sagt, Religion ist Volksverdummung.
Dein Vater weiß sicherlich viel, aber Gott hat einen Plan für jeden Menschen. Auch für dich.
Creepy Motherfucker.
Was ich brauche.
Ruf mich nicht an, komm nicht vorbei. Lass uns einfach in Ruhe. Okay?
Wow.
Hau ab!
Ich glaube ja nicht, dass ich dich einfach so gehen lasse.
Everything's just getting worse and worse.
Wir müssen nicht, wenn du nicht willst.
Lieber mit dir als mit irgendwem anderen. Aber du besorgst Gummis. Ich will kein AIDS und ich will keine Kinder. Auf keinen Fall, okay? Niemals.
Versprochen. Keine Kinder.
Er ist ein seltsamer Junge. Und wirklich sehr sensibel.
Machen Sie sich keine Sorgen. Ich hole ihn dann am Mittwoch ab.
She ain't getting that kid, no.
Hast du schon mal was von dem 33-Jahre-Zyklus gehört? Unsere Kalender stimmen nicht. Das Jahr ist eigentlich nicht 365 Tage lang. Wir sind sozusagen immer ein bisschen aus der Taktung. Aber alle 33 Jahre ist alles wieder genauso, wie es war. Sterne, die Planeten, das ganze Universum ist wieder auf der exakt gleichen Position. Dass es das alles schon gegeben hat. Wie ein gigantisches Déjà-vu.
Hallo.
Der Tod ist etwas Unbegreifliches. Aber man kann sich mit ihm versöhnen. Bis dahin solltest du dich jeden Tag fragen, ob du die richtigen Entscheidungen getroffen hast.
Es gibt keine Zauberei, nur Illusion. Die Dinge verändern sich nur, wenn wir sie verändern. Aber man muss es geschickt tun, im Verborgenen. Dann wirkt es wie Zauberei.
Aber kannst du das?
Ich komme aus der Zukunft.
Du bist cool.
Nee, ich bin Mikkel.
Hallo Mikkel, Junge aus der Zukunft. Ich bin Hannah.
Hannah what? Come on, Mikkel, put two and two together. He knows he's in the past, at least.
Und daran wusste ich, dass sich nichts ändert.
Don't do it.
Dass alles bleibt. Das Spinnrad sich dreht. Runde um Runde.
So now Bartos is gonna disappear as well, I'm guessing. Yeah. Drug dealer.
Ich bin Bartosz.
Ich weiß. Ich bin Noah. Willst du nicht einsteigen?
Ui. That was very spot on.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
Betrügst du mich?
Not anymore.
Wie kommst du denn da drauf?
Ich frag dich das nur einmal. Betrügst du mich?
Das würde ich niemals tun.
That was wrong answer, buddy.
Ulrich hat ihre Brüste angefasst und hat sich auf sie draufgelegt. Und sie wollte es nicht.
erzählst mir jetzt ganz genau, was du gesehen hast, okay?
Hat sie sich gewehrt?
Sie hat laut Stopp gerufen und gezappelt.
Hat er sie...
Er hat sie gewürgt und sie ist ganz rot geworden.
Holy.
Und dann hat er seine Hose runtergezogen und...
Du musst nicht weiterreden. Du warst sehr mutig.
Wow. How did he ever become a police officer with something like that on his record?
Side by side. Okay.
Maybe he didn't do anything. Yeah, looks almost futuristic.
Ja.
Wirst du meine Entscheidung verstehen? Die Wahrheit ist ein seltsames Ding. Man kann versuchen, sie zu unterdrücken, aber sie findet immer ihren Weg an die Oberfläche. Am 4. November 2019 bin ich durch die Zeit ins Jahr 1986 gereist. Der Junge aus der Zukunft blieb und wurde mit der Zeit ein Mann. Ich hoffe, du kannst mir verzeihen. Alles ist miteinander verbunden. Michael.
His head was just...
Kann ich Ihnen helfen?
Ich möchte mich gerne mit Ihnen über die Zeit unterhalten.
Und...
Yep.
Okay. Truths. We got some truths there at the end. A little bit of that. And well, I was contemplating, you know, that this would probably be the case, that he went back in time, Mikkel, and he stayed there, and if the nurse adopted him, then there's the chance that he actually might be Mikael, who's the father of Jonas, and that turned out to be true, at least from what was in that letter. So yeah, that must be so hard to process for Jonas, at least. Time travel, apparently, yep, it's a real thing, and your dad, the same person as your friend's kid brother, and I traveled back in time, and I grew old, and I had you, and wrap your head around that one, son. Yikes. But besides that, this was just an episode where it seems like everybody's hiding something from everybody, and no one really wants to talk to their loved ones or the people that they care about what they're actually feeling or what they're actually doing, and it's just... everything seems to be getting worse and worse, and everything is just deteriorating for these people. Their lives, their families, everything is downhill at the moment, both in the past, but more prevalent in the future, at least from what we've seen, or the present, 2019.
In episode 3, we didn't see Jonas' father as an old person.
Yeah.
And everybody else, and the whole thing with the Ines, the nurse. So
yes.
I knew it. I knew it as well. I think it was very beautiful. The whole book was named something in the lines of "I am not afraid," and I think it was somewhat of a theme that. It was Mikkel's way to accept his new position. So he's accepting that he has to live in the from 1986 and henceforth. And I think that was just, yeah, that was cute somehow. It was, I don't know, I like the fact that it was kind of a theme that he's not afraid to die. He's not afraid of what the future might bring, because I think he probably knew from the get-go that if he chose to stay in 1986, that he could not meet his former self when he went to 2019. Or we don't know exactly what would happen, but I think it was a choice he made, a very conscious choice. That's the reason why he hung himself.
Ah, okay, yeah, in the future, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
before he disappeared, because, well, I just think that he couldn't. He just accepted that was just the way it went, and.
Yeah, I'm sure he must have tried to get back once or twice again through the years, because he's a child, and everybody he knows, everything he knows, his family, his parents are on the other side of something he can't get through, but he knows kind of where it is, and he knows there's some connection there, but he can't get through. And then eventually, I'm sure, like, he decides 100% that, okay, I can't go anywhere. I really need to just stay here and live out his life in a new time, same place, new time. And what made him then later on in life, you know, as Michael, what made him choose to, you know, commit suicide? Was it because of all this that he didn't want to, like, he knew he was going to have to face what was going to happen, and he knew what happened, of course, because it's his past, but also his future. And yeah, more information, please, even though we got a lot in this one.
So we looped off the whole Mikhail thing. So now we are left with Noah, and we got to see him. And now we're just left with a whole bunch of questions of why and who and when and maybe a little bit how. Yeah, so we know he's religious, or maybe he's using it as a cover, but I think he's religious. And I'm sorry, but I was a little bit turned off by the whole religious thing. But hopefully they will talk more about that, the way they see it. And they actually mentioned something that was very interesting. This whole nothing can come from nothing thing. The Big Bang, what was before the Big Bang, and yeah, and if something must have sparked the Big Bang back then, because it's so incomprehensible for us that there is nothing before the Big Bang.
And then all of a sudden there's a lot.
Then it went from nothing to everything.
Yeah, how? And it's
and it's and we understand that it's weird, and it's just it's so unfathomable. We have to think of something that could make sense, and for some people it's religion.
Yeah, and that's very, you know, apparent throughout all of history. You know, like, it's when we can't explain something, or we lack some sort of explanation for a natural occurrence, just what's going on Earth or space, the sun, the stars, anything, we of course try to come up with explanation as to why things are the way they are. And for a very long time that was, you know, stories about gods and divine beings shaping the world and stuff like that. And there's definitely still, you know, a lot of stuff we don't know. And I can, you know, get in the mindset of this Noah guy, where he's like, before the Big Bang, what sparked it? It might as well could have been some sort of divine being, a god that went, I'm gonna start this thing now, but since we can't explain it, then yeah, it's a interesting subject, at least. And yeah, just this Noah guy just came to me that he totally reminds me of this comic book character called the Pilgrim. He was portrayed, in live action in the last Punisher season, and he just the way he looks and acts and everything is just very, very, very much familiar. So yeah, he reminded me of that character, and he's a bad guy as well.
And Noah did not change his appearance from 33 years ago until now.
Nope,
so
he hasn't aged at all.
Whatever he's on, can I please have some?
Yes, whatever drug you're taking, buddy, just can we have some?
And of course, we are probably gonna be explained as to why.
Yeah.
Why he has to be stopped, and why he keeps kidnapping children, and apparently it's only boys. So.
Yeah, we haven't seen any girls getting like kidnapped and displaced through time or anything.
Because he met the deaf girl. And he did not do anything to her.
He just gave her a watch. Watch that belonged to or used to belong to her mom. To Charlotte? Yeah?
Fru Charlotte?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So that's interesting as well. He's just, yeah, it's nice that we kind of have a name and a face now to this whatever person who's pulling the strings a little bit, so it makes it easy to talk about, even though we once again don't have any clue as to what his objective is and how he manages to not age, or if he's just somehow traveling back and forth all the time. Yeah.
I think this episode reminded me a lot of Westworld. Also because I don't know why, but this Noah guy, he kind of reminds me of the Man in Black.
Okay.
Ed Harris character.
Yeah. William.
So there's this guy, as they call the Stranger, and he had this talk with Jonas. And at the grave of his father, and he said something about that life is a labyrinth, and you have to accept death at some point, but you have to go into when you think you want to get out, but you just can't, because you need to go into the center of the labyrinth, and then you have to accept it somehow. And this whole thing with the labyrinth, that just, and with the whole life seen as a labyrinth, and our whole inner self, the way that it's a metaphor somehow, this labyrinth thing, that reminded me a lot of Westworld. So yeah, there are definitely some common themes and some common thoughts, and I'm very intrigued as to what's gonna happen and what it all means and everything, and what the whole weird light thing is all about.
The present that he got from the Stranger, it kind of looked like this light thing that he got, that looked very futuristic and new, and then this the other piece of equipment he gave him, the yellow one, that looked very old in comparison. So once again, something old, something very new, and then the letter that explained what we kind of already maybe knew, but at least got confirmed in this one.
Yeah, and then it's just so weird when we know now that Mikkel is his father, because that means he's kind of in a relationship with his father's sister. That's just plain wrong, man.
Yeah, and then something else happened in the past, at least, with Ulrich getting arrested for rape charges, essentially. Which is not true, as we saw, because that was very much consensual sex. That is the way to do it. You talk about it, and you...
well, you don't have to...
You don't have to talk about it, but you at least have to agree that we are both into this. We're both doing this. And she got very jealous, and she just wanted Ulrich to get punished for not choosing her, I guess. Which... kind of leads into the future as well, because now Ulrich broke things off with her in a not so nice way, and she was like, you have not seen the last of me, like you're not going to get rid of me that easily. And I kind of have the feeling like she's going to punish him in some way again. And how long has she been, like, has she always had this very unhealthy obsession with him, like ever since she was a little kid? I could imagine that. And just what that would do to her sanity or lack thereof. So that would be interesting and kind of yikes to see what she's going to do.
Are all these people really that screwed up? It's like everybody has
is
fucked up, like...
something they're doing behind the people they love's backs, or... cheating in some way, or just
messing up stuff, or just plain stupid or insane, or
yeah, it's a very dysfunctional community and town, which just makes for, I don't know, yeah, it's great entertainment, but it's still disturbing to watch, and it's hard. It's tough subject matter as well, because it's families, and just besides the whole supernatural part, there's just all these characters, and very dealing with very real feelings and situations, and tough life choices. So tough to watch, but still very entertaining and very well written, I'd say. And yeah, we are just in general very interested to see how everything's going to evolve through this season and the next at some point. So, but do you have anything else you want to add to this discussion? Nope.
I don't think so, no.
Alrighty then. Then, as always, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you as soon as possible. Bye!